Welcome to the Real Retirees of New Jersey, powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors. Randy and Peggy Fisher want to help you retire once and retire right. Get more information at therealretireesofnewjersey.com. They never throw the first punch, but they're always a knockout.
Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for downloading. But most importantly, thanks for listening. This is the Real Retirees of New Jersey podcast with Peggy and Randy Fisher. It's all powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors. You can get more when you visit therealretireesofnewjersey.com. You can find that and all the information here in the show notes. My name is Mark Owens. Now, let's get to the show. Randy, if you had a mission statement for what you do for the good people of the community, what would that mission statement be?
That's a good question. I wasn't prepared for that one.
I am, Mark.
Keeping you on your toes.
Would you like to?
Let's jump to
Peggy Fisher.
I'm ready for that,
Mark. If you had a mission statement.
So our mission statement, as you say in the beginning of our radio show here, is to help our clients to retire once and retire right. You only have one shot at this, right?
Yes, sir.
So we definitely like to help our clients achieve their goals and absolutely obtain peace of mind with their finances. And what I mean by that is, and we always talk about this on the show, can you put your head down on your pillow at night?
Sleep insurance.
And that's right. We provide sleep insurance here, folks. That is the mission statement.
We're like 1-800-mattress.
Yes, we are. Absolutely. That is the mission statement. We only have one shot at this. So we want to make sure that we, with our plan, will help you retire once and retire right.
It's a good way to sum it up, without a doubt.
Right.
I mean, from a financial planning standpoint, I like to make an impact in people's portfolios and in people's lives. And that is all encompassing, right? It comes down to financial planning. It comes down to income planning. It comes down to estate planning. It comes down to if you're planning for college, if you're planning to open up business, all of the above. But the thing that I like to do the most, or that I like to say that is the most influential, is what is the main impact in which I have in somebody's life when they met me versus a year from now, versus 6 months from now, versus 10 years from now. We've got clients that are with us for over 2.5 decades.
Right.
Unfortunately, most of them are starting to get to a later stage in life, and unfortunately, they are some of them expiring. And again, it's a very sad position to be in, but it's also a very gratifying position to know that our plans have become rock solid for the most part. I mean, we've talked about this a number of different times in dealing with death and families. But what we don't want is to be reactive. We want to be proactive. So all of our plans are proactive, and it impacts people's lives that way.
908-844-8337. And maybe somebody's catching the Real Retirees of New Jersey for the first time this weekend. Welcome to the family. And this isn't our first rodeo. We have a full archive of podcasts. We've been doing this show for a hot minute now, but we invite you to check out all the shows, Real Retirees of New Jersey, across all podcast platforms or on the homepage, again, of the Real Retirees of New Jersey.
A hot minute. You already gave up that you're from the South. You already gave it up, my friend. Sooner or later, brown liquor is going to seep out too, right?
Pull back the curtain a little bit. Maybe somebody's listening and they're going, all right, Peggy Fisher, Randy Fisher, tell me about yourself for those just catching the show for the first time. A married couple, how is that working and running a small business and building portfolios and strategies? And then you go home together as well. What's that like?
That is absolutely wonderful.
It's Christmas every day.
Right, Randy? Is that
Christmas.
what you say? Yes.
Because you never know what you're going to get.
That is correct.
Just with a big bow on it every day.
No, we love working together, don't we, Rand?
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that you can leave at any time.
I like the way
That's why we take two cars.
We're truthful here, folks. Very truthful.
digs her nails into Randy's thigh. We do love working together, don't we,
Don't
honey?
we, Randy?
Oh, yeah,
Don't
we do.
we, my
Sure.
dear? My darling?
Yeah, sure. That's because I got to have a taster for my food and my coffee.
How long have y'all been working together?
Too long.
For a very long time. Because not only working together here, we've been working together since, 1997, Rand?
Yeah, very long time.
We've been working together for a
before
long
that.
time. Yeah, right.
Yeah, very long time. Almost 30 years.
Yeah, but can you shut it off, though? Like, when you get home? No. I mean, are you always... Because I know you're not going to go home and talk about, RMDs and 401k strategies, but I know you're probably going to talk about the clients and the families you serve. And, hey, did you see what they did? Or, hey, we got a card from this family. But are you ever able to shut it off?
No. Randy was right.
I don't.
We can shut it off, but honestly, it's funny. We'll be cooking dinner or something like that, and he'll be like, "Yeah, did you do the paperwork for so and so?" Or, "Hey, remember so-and-so
Yeah.
came in yesterday. We got that taken care of, right? So no, it never does really shut off. But you know what? We enjoy what we do. So honestly, it doesn't need to really shut off. So because we love doing what we're doing,
And that's when it's nice. I mean, it is a job. There are times where it gets frustrating and things of that. But for the most part, I mean, if you do shut it off, I feel that it then becomes an impersonal relationship, right? I mean, I have to have a personal relationship with everybody. And we always talk about being, non-emotionally attached to people's monies and assets in order to do the right thing for them.
Yeah, we're not emotional to the money, but we are attached to our clients. Exactly. As if they're a family. Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, we try to do everything and anything we possibly can for people. In fact, on the way over to work today, I know somebody was actually leaving for a trip to go to Virginia. And I actually shot him a couple different text messages. I said, don't forget to go here and try this place and try that place because my daughter's been living down there for quite some time. And they're like, oh, that's great. And we're going to try that. So, just little things.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of people that maybe have worked with the big box firms and for whatever reason, yes, they all have their pros and their cons, but there is that element of, I'm going to text you, know you're traveling, say, check this out. Or you've said before that you've had clients just come in and sit on the couch and just drink coffee and talk about their day with you.
Yeah, that's all true.
And watch TV.
Yeah, no, that's all true. Especially to as soon as you become a client too, or even before then. I mean, you have our cell phone numbers. Cell phones are attached to our hips 24 a day. So you always can get in touch with us. And I think that's what our clients love about us. Is that you do send me a text or Randy a text or a phone call or whatever the case, we're getting right back to you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we do get those clients. We've talked about this before, right? You were talking about the big firms. They send someone an email, there's no response. They give someone a phone call. Is it John? Is it Susie? Is it Sarah? Who am I talking to today? Are those people personable with you? No, not in any way, shape, or form. As Randy calls them, they're the gatherers, right, Randy?
They are. They're gatherers.
Yeah,
they just
absolutely.
gather assets.
Yeah.
They just want a big garbage can full that they can actually collect a position off of or a percentage off of every month and do as little work as possible that they can to get by to keep you.
Right. And we're here to establish relationships with our clients. Absolutely. 100%. We're not here for, we're not getting in touch with you. We're always in touch with you. I was just saying, even we're in touch with you, even if you weren't a client yet. Like I just reached out the other day to a client, not client yet. And I wished her a happy birthday. And she goes, I can't believe that I'm not even your client yet. And you just said happy birthday to me. That's the kind of personal stuff. You know what I mean? So now I'm hoping after that, she knows that we're thinking about her.
We're genuine.
Exactly. 100%.
And you're not going to send that big box firm on floor 74 up in Chicago. You're not going to send them a retirement card. But you can do that with Randy and Peggy, the team of Artemis Wealth Advisors and Liberty Financial Group. Let me ask you that. So you're going to hear that a lot. Artemis Wealth Advisors, Liberty Financial Group, and I hear that and I go, okay, wait, how many companies am I dealing with here? Who's who does what? Define both of those for me.
All right. So Liberty Financial Group, the way that we look at it, and that's my portion of this side. I handle all the insurance and the annuities, things like that, where Randy will deal with all the wealth advising on this. So we are, in the same building here, but we are two companies and we do keep that separate. So the way we look at it, though, it's a nice, Liberty Financial Group is a boutique tax, insurance, and retirement income planning firm. And our goal here, as the goal is with Artemis Wealth Advisors, who is the wealth management side of this, is to help our clients prepare for their financial future, whether it is insurance, whether it is annuities, whether it is, looking at your 401k, your taxes. We are here to help you in all aspects of your financial planning.
That's pretty good.
You like that, Ron?
Yeah, you didn't even write that down. I was watching. You weren't even reading off a piece of paper. That's pretty good.
It's almost like she's been doing this for a minute.
She's been doing this for a little while, right?
This is good
without
time.
a doubt. No, it's without a doubt. There's a fine line between a firewall between the two companies, and that's really for regulation, right? So, I mean, Peggy's licensed with a number of different items that she can actually handle, and I'm licensed with a number of different items in which I can handle. And we've been doing that for, like I said, almost 3 decades now. It's very clean. It's easy. When you do meet with us, there's 4 sets of eyes, 4 sets of ears, 2 people sitting in a room that are literally digesting everything that a prospect or a client is saying.
Yeah.
Which it's really nice. It's kind of like having 2 doctors in a room, right?
Absolutely.
Or 2 people really breaking down what's going on. There are times where I miss something, or she misses something, or she never misses anything.
Randy gets a little kick under the table, and he knows it.
So, she doesn't miss a thing. So, I mean, and again, all those, I always find it's funny. Everybody says, how many companies do you own? And I say, well, all the companies that I own aren't mine anyway because they're all hers. So, so whatever I own is hers. Whatever she owns is hers. So, It's guess that's just the way it is. Happy wife, happy life, I guess.
There it is, Rand.
But life really, and in business.
That's the best advice of the day, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but it does come down to that is, we are two different companies, but we do deal with almost every single solitary client collectively together.
Right.
Because even if those products don't particularly apply or the clients don't want any of those particular products in their portfolio, there's two people sitting in there all the time writing down the notes or taking down the information as to what are their thoughts, what are their feelings, what are their premonitions, what are their goals. And then eventually, those things do turn in and evolve over time where things do change.
Yeah.
So we can go back and say, well, the last time we got together 3 months ago in our review, you said this, is this still applicable?
Right, exactly.
And if it doesn't, we can then have that conversation and we can move forward down a different road. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that does happen over time, right? So, we get together 4 times a year, at least with most of our clients every 30 days. We call them 30-day intervals for the reviews for the most part. And we basically just want to see, number 1, where we've been. Number 2, where we're going. And number 3, what changes do we need to make? And that really comes down to even people's personal lives, right? Unfortunately, we just got a very sad phone call from a crying client, needed some quick cash. Mm-hmm. But it's that type of thing where only a few months ago, we just met with her again.
Yep.
And what just happened the past 2 days, 3 days was not even on the horizon back then.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So life changes at the blink of an eye. You have to have plans that are non-reactive to what life is.
Right. And she was very happy too with she's like, I just felt so good that I could just call you guys and just say, hey, this is what I need. You get it done. It's getting done fast. And it was just very smooth. She was like, thank you so much.
One less thing to think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And that's what we're here for. We don't want to become a hurdle. Mm-hmm. And let me take that back a second. We've got lots and lots of stories from people that come in and say, I called my advisor and I told him that I needed some money and he tried to talk me out of taking $1 out of my account. Yeah, meanwhile, I needed it.
This is your money for you.
Right?
Exactly.
It's not their money,
right.
But that's the problem with this industry.
Yeah.
Every time someone gets an advisor or goes to a big box firm, as you say, Mark, it becomes their money.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're protective of releasing those funds back to clients in order to say, well, we're protecting you. You're not protecting anybody, but protecting your bottom line and your compensation model.
Right.
Because you want to have as much money in your compensation model as possible to maximize the pay that comes out to you, not for what's best for the client. Mm-hmm. Right.
So is it go back to, like, we're talking about that second opinion. Is it almost like some of those big box firms are like, no, I know what's best for you.
Best for you.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
better than you know what's best for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And listen, we're just here to give the advice, but our final words to all of our clients is this is ultimately in your hands. This is your decision. We're here to guide you and help you, but this is ultimately your decision and we're here to help. And that's what they like to hear too. I'm never here to tell someone this is what I absolutely think that you should do and there's no other way around this. We're just here to guide you. Through the plan.
We're the pilot in their own Learjet.
That's right.
They can take over at any port or they can sit in the back and relax.
So if people are calling for the first time and somebody's listening this weekend, they're going, you know what, they're speaking my language. I could use a little bit of help. What do you find are on most people's mind throughout the community? Are they worried about the tariffs? Are they worried about their 401ks, RMDs? Is it always about taxes? What do you find that most people are most concerned about when it comes to their retirement savings?
I absolutely think, yes, you hit one of the heads was tariffs. Obviously, that's a big thing around now. And then it's the market.
Overblown.
As Randy calls it, it's a very emotional market, right?
Noise.
Yeah, it's a lot of noise. But people listen to that noise, and we know that too. So we'll have phone calls too. Oh my God, did you just hear, so-and-so said on radio station or on whatever station, the world's going to end. No, it's not. And we can almost tell what station they're listening to by their exact wording of what they said when they call in.
It's information in, information out.
Yeah, but we soothe that right away because the first thing is it is emotional. And you also have to remember, where is this coming from, right? It isn't the end of the world. This is, we're in a good place right now, I think, regardless of tariffs or markets or whatever the case may be right now. And again, we get these kind of phone calls and it's really funny because, like I said, you just know exactly what they're listening to or what's going on, right?
Right now, there's just an emotional roller coaster. I mean, people are obviously afraid of losing money, but people look at everything in the most shortest term period as possible. I was listening to a bunch of people on different radio shows and different TV stations this past week. Everything was, I can't believe what my 401k is. It's absolutely destroyed and it's never going to come back. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
Like, are you a nutcase? Really? It's never going to come back, huh? So it's never come back from every other decline, dip, or transition period in the history of the United States stock market, right?
It absolutely has. Come
Every
back.
single solitary time.
Right. Exactly.
Which time are they telling you that it's never going to come back again from?
Right. But
Again,
we go back to emotion. It's just
it's
they hear
beyond.
they hear that one thing, a one snippet.
It's
you know,
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, and
is
then
what
it goes to the end of the world.
Correct.
Right.
And it is their emotional connection to what they actually want to hear or what they feel they believe.
Mark, what we handle here is emotional management.
It's true.
We are emotional managers.
It's true. We even have a petting pony.
I'm sorry, to what?
A petting pony.
We don't have petting ponies, but we do have fish that
We
you
have
could
fish.
stare at.
We have emotional fish.
So we have
Please do
emotional
not
fish.
pet the fish.
Yes.
Yeah, don't stick
Please
it
do
in
not
there.
tap on the glass. It freaks the fish out.
Yes.
Let's go back to this pony thing. Tell me more. Wait.
Yeah, we give people like little My Little Ponies when they come in.
Yes.
No.
But it's got to be tough as we're talking about taking the emotions out of retirement planning. Because you're so right, man. We walk in and that's all we think about is our money, our income. What's the market doing? Do you find you kind of have to play half advisor, half therapist?
Oh, there's no doubt we're therapists
Half?
here. Oh, no, I would say, we always say that. I'm about like 80% therapist, 20% advisor.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we understand it. We say to the client, this is your money. It's your nest egg that you've built your whole entire life around to make sure that when you do go to retirement, that you do not want to lose it, right? Yeah. So I understand that portion of it. But a lot of people and people who are out there self-doing things, doing their own marketing.
DIY.
Yes, exactly. They are very emotional with their money. And, we always say too, we are an expert. If my teeth hurt, I don't go to a non-dentist. I go to a dentist. Right. If I have a heart problem, I go to a heart specialist.
What the hell's a non-dentist?
If I have a broken leg, I go to an orthopedic. If you have something going on with your financial, your whole entire finances, we're here to help for that.
I don't go to proctologist for your dentist.
I'm not.
You knew that was coming, right? You knew it was coming.
It's a one-stop shop. Maybe they do a little bit of everything. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little
ends.
bit of that. Exactly.
Meet in the middle.
Absolutely.
Until that bill comes, get it from 3 ends.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, going back to that, we're here for emotional support for all of that.
I'm like an emotional support animal.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
For people's finances.
But again, go back. Please do not pet Randy. Please do not. 908-844-83 nibbles. 908-844-8337. Again, 908-844-8337. So walk me through it. I take advantage of that no cost, no obligation initial consultation with you and the team. Artemis Wealth Advisors, Liberty Financial Group. That's Randy. That's Peggy. By the way, the voices that you hear, these are the people who are going to sit down with. So we come in to sit down with you. We have that initial conversation. Walk me through it, man. What's that look like? How does that feel?
How does that feel, Randy?
It feels great.
It does.
Listen, Randy, as that was coming out of my mouth,
Just make it real simple. I mean,
Feels great.
let's just keep it simple. It feels great.
No, you know what it is? When the clients come in, I love you always ask me, you've asked me before in the past, like, what's my favorite part of the job? My favorite part of the job is just sitting down across.
She doesn't shut up.
She
connects for about a half hour,
Randy's favorite part.
45 minutes.
I do. I love that.
And I don't mind it. It's just that
I want to hear about you. I want to know, how was your day today? What's going on? About your kids. A lot of times, we just had a client in the other day. The first thing we got started is they just came back from an awesome trip. So then we got into what trips have you taken through the world? Which
3.5 hours later,
it was awesome.
we finally got down to brass tacks.
We did. And that's Randy. That's where Randy comes in, right, Rand? But I do. My favorite
like solving
part,
problems.
You do like solving problems, but I also like to really know who our clients are and to get to know them. That's my favorite part.
If you would look at our note sheets at the end, mine are full of numbers, and hers are full of 14 pages.
I know
of
who
detail.
the kids are. I know what the kids' names. I know they like dogs, cats, whatever. Yeah, but that's also a part of our clients. I want to know about those things. You know what? I will call you on birthdays and things like that. That's what we're about, and that's how we are different. You ask too, how are we different than others? We like to know that. I'm close with my clients. I talk to my clients about all kinds of things. I'll call them for their birthdays, or if they went on a trip, I'll call them and say, "Hey, how was that trip?" Because I want to know about those things. Not just about all the finances, right, Randy?
Yep. And Mark, you did mention there's two people that basically, when you walk through the door, you see two faces every time. That's all you're really going to see when you walk through our door. But we have two different locations that have a massive amount of service people that do. We couldn't function if we didn't have service work, right?
Right.
So the amount of people that are behind the scenes that all of our clients and prospective clients never see, those people, I mean, they're like our shining stars. They get everything done for us, and we drive them crazy. As you mentioned, we'll take a phone call at any time during their day, evening, weekend, wherever.
Yeah, then we put that back to the staff.
And then we just shoot back to the staff. And they're like, really? It's 11:30 at night. Can you at least wait until tomorrow morning? I'm like, well, I thought I was going to forget about it. I just wanted to make sure you're going to do it in the morning. So,
that is true.
But, they know by now. They're like, it's just nonstop. So it doesn't make a difference. There's no shut off switch. So they expect it, and we've basically given them like the red light to shut us off a little bit, knowing that we don't shut off. So if you get something at 2:00 in the morning because I had a thought, you can save it until 9:00 the next morning to get back to me. You don't have to actually get back to me right away. But it is the way it is, though. We built our practice like that specifically.
Well, that's because that's who we are too. Like genuinely, that's who we are. Like,
I want a single point of contact.
Exactly.
I mean, listen, when I go to the dentist, I want to deal with the dentist. When I go to the doctor, I want to deal with the doctor, right? I don't want to deal with 15 different people to get 9 different ideas and everything else. Or if I walk through the door, I want that familiarity. I want that comfort. And that's what a lot of people say. I mean, we have chairs and couches, and like Peggy was just describing, there's fish tanks and TVs and coffee makers and all this other stuff. I've got a client that comes in here a couple times. They literally lay down on the couch and go, "This place is so comfortable." I was waiting for him to take a nap.
No, he was in last week, and he's like, "Peg, coffee." I'm like, "I know. Let me make the coffee. Hold on, it's coming."
And you have to have the sweet cream.
Yes,
all this other
sweet
stuff.
cream and the foam on top. And he's
Yeah,
like, "I just love coming here." And he just sat on the couch. He goes, "I just love it here." I started laughing.
We're in such close proximity to Costco and some other stores.
Yeah.
What happens is, husband and wife, they swing by. The husband will drop off the wife at the store.
Yeah.
And they'll just come over here and they'll hang out.
Yep.
And they'll be like, "Okay, what's on TV today? What do you got? Cookies, muffins. What do you got
we got all
today?"
kinds of fun stuff here.
So, by the way, how's my stuff doing?
Yeah. Right. That does come into conversation.
It's like the 5th, 8th thing down the line before they actually even have a conveation with us. It's all about everything. Hey, can I feed the fish? Yeah, go feed the fish. Go ahead.
All right, Bill, here are the keys. Just make sure you lock up when you leave tonight, okay? 908-844-8337. Really getting to know Randy Fisher and Peggy Fisher here this weekend, the real retirees of New Jersey. Let me flip that for a second, Peggy, because you said a couple seconds ago what you really love about serving the community. What's the biggest challenge for you?
It's so funny.
Dealing with me.
Yeah, well, that's a given.
There you go. No.
All right, thanks for joining us this weekend. We'll be back.
It's all over, folks.
You
Thanks.
know what my biggest challenge is, and we talk about how we're so close to our clients. My biggest challenge is when we do get that phone call on the other side, and we plan for, like, let's say a husband and wife, right? And we planned for years and years and years, and we knew that end result was going to be the two of them retiring together. And then we get like a phone call, and it'll say, I'm so sorry, so-and-so passed away. That to me is like a hard challenge, because it's like, oh, we did all this planning and we love these people so much, and then we get a phone call.
We weren't going to talk about that.
Well, yeah, but he asked me
every week.
He asked me what
every week.
He asked me what the
I'm
challenge was.
I'm going to dive out the window.
No, he asked me what the challenge was, and I'm being very serious about that. That is like, it's heartbreaking, actually.
I don't like that.
And we just recently had one of my most favorite clients that happened to, and that was just very challenging. In fact, we're still dealing with it all, because what we're here for is, and this is the big thing that we always say, I'm still doing all the claim forms. I'm still helping out on all of the financial aspects to make sure that the client doesn't have to worry about anything.
Sure.
We will take care of it. It's all under control. And that's what we say when we get that phone call. That's the challenge. It's just about, it can be heartbreaking sometimes.
Well, it's always heartbreaking.
Yeah, right.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But again, we try to stay emotionally disconnected from the scenario, but we're emotionally connected to most of our clients. We consider them friends and family.
Absolutely.
Right? So they're not real friends and family from the beginning. They become friends and family.
Right. When our clients walk in, we hug. You know what I mean? We're not just a handshake. It's a gentleman hug, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, do you feel the same way, Randy? I mean, one of the biggest problems is just there are certain issues that are out of your control? No,
I don't think that's. In fact, I think that's one of the things that I like about this business. Again, like I mentioned, it was the impact that we actually make in people's lives.
Yeah.
The challenge, I think, is in educating people and clearing up all the misconceptions
that's a good one, Randy. Yes.
that are out there.
Yes.
And I think that, and again, I'm not here to toot anybody's horn or anything like that, but this is what people have basically told us for, like I said, decades. It's easy to have a conversation with us, and it's easy to understand what we talk about because we can clearly articulate the ideas, the strategies, and everything that goes on in simple terms. Now, I can talk way over everybody's head in jargon and all that garbage, But what I do is I basically break it down to make it very simple.
That's right. Most of our clients do say that. They're like, oh, you explain it to me.
I've never heard it that
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
Right? Or now that
Right,
makes sense.
yes,
Or, why didn't the other person say it that way?
Right.
I don't know, but this is the way we say it.
That's right.
There's no reason to try to overcome somebody's conversation by trying to be more than what you have to be.
Or
right?
they always say too,
It's
I never
just-
feel like you're selling us anything, because we're not here.
We're not
like,
here to
No,
sell
that's a
you.
huge
I'm not.
compliment. That's
Yes,
a
it
big
is.
compliment,
I
yeah.
feel like you're listening to what I'm asking and what do I need to do. It's not even.
It's a diagnosis,
We
right?
do
When you
what-
go to the doctor, does the doctor sell you medicine?
Yeah,
No,
no,
he
right.
basically solves a problem and
Right.
says, here's the solution.
Right. Even we do a lot of workshops too, around the state here, the states of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. But what we love to do too in those is I always hear from everybody like, I've been at a ton of these workshops, but I've never felt it being like educational. This was great. You know what I mean? And we don't go out there and be like, okay, you need to have this, and we're going to buy this, and we're going to do this.
We don't have to talk about a product.
We never talk about a product.
Never.
And I think it's all about too, like us with our clients, just helping them find their financial peace.
Yeah.
Because if you can find that, if you find peace, and you can put your head on the pillow at night, then we're all good.
That's it.
Well, that's actually a good point. We have a lot of people that walk out of here like a big sigh comes out of
Yeah,
their mouth,
absolutely.
right?
Oh, thank you. I didn't think that.
I thought this was going to be painful.
Yeah.
This is much easier than I thought it was going to be.
So true.
Right?
It is.
Most people would rather go to the dentist and get their teeth pulled than actually go to a financial advisor and talk about their finances.
That's
because
right.
they don't want to know what they don't want to know,
That's right.
Exactly.
How bad is it? It's one of those type of things, right?
908-844-8337. We're always available at therealretireesofnewjersey.com. We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Investment advisor services offered through Artemis Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Artemis Wealth Advisors is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Randolph A. Fisher, insurance license number 9616074, and Liberty Financial Group, LLC, and Peggy Fisher, national license number 189-42003 and 570-5833.